Hi guys, it's Tana Mongeau and I haven't filmed a video with no voice and no makeup in a long time, but honestly it feels really good just to not have to get all ready and like sit down and talk to you guys. So it is currently 12:37 at night and I just got home from my tour like literally an hour ago. I took off all my makeup, I put on comfortable clothes, and I was gonna just like sit in bed or edit or something. I had no intentions of filming a video tonight. Something happened to me this weekend on tour that I just can't shake. I can't get it out of my head. And for me, when I really can't shake something and I really can't get it out of my head, the one thing I want to do is sit down and talk to you guys, because I know this sounds stupid and it's like I'm some big YouTuber and you honestly probably think that like your opinion, like your sole opinion doesn't matter to me. But when I'm at just a complete loss at a situation, the people I want to come to is you guys, because you guys are my best friends, you guys are my family, you guys know me so well, and we all in this family think in a very similar mindset. I feel like we are all on the same page for the most part in a lot of ways. I couldn't really do anything else tonight until I just sat down. This video is going to be really inconclusive. It's not like a story with an ending. I'm not really sitting here like preaching or saying everything with like a purpose. There isn't some big end conclusion or reason for making this video. It's something happened to me. I need to talk about it to people who understand, and I really don't know what to do about it, what to come of it, what to think of the situation, what to do in the future, and I just want to hear a lot of people's advice. I hope that people don't look at this as me being melodramatic, because this really shook me and I just can't get it out of my head. So I guess I'm just gonna get into explaining the entire experience, what happened, how I felt about it. And it sucks because I guarantee you the person that did this was entirely doing this for this reason, for me to make a video about them, for them to post the video and it get views, or I know it was obviously just for attention or a reaction and I'm giving them what they wanted in a sense. But at the same time, to me, what happened is bigger than that. I don't care if that situation gets attention or their video gets views or whatever. They're just one person. It's the situation as a whole, and this happening as a whole that I just want to talk about, and I want advice, so I don't really care. I don't know. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I'm really sorry about the way I look and the way that I sound and how scatterbrained and weird this video is, but that's the point of why I made this channel. You know, I want to be able to talk to you guys about anything, not just the happy, funny, silly stuff. You guys are my best friends, and I always want to keep it real with you. And filming a video right now, if I came on and was like, I'm so happy, this is a story time, that wouldn't be how I felt, you know? I was in San Francisco this weekend on tour, and it was amazing, by the way. I don't want this video to negate my tour experience or make it seem like I didn't have fun or that the show wasn't so amazing, because San Francisco, except for this happening, you guys were so amazing, awesome, and I love you guys, and meeting you guys and going on tour is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It literally like saves my life every day. I never thought I'd be doing that, and I love it. So I was on tour in San Francisco and my show had just started, and it was my VIP meet and greet comes first, then my show, then my general admission meet and greet, because I meet everyone that comes to the show. I did my entire VIP meet and greet. We do it in like groups of 10, so there's like 10 groups of 10 or something like that. I meet 10 people and then I hang out with them all for like 20 minutes, and then they leave and the next group comes in, and then it keeps going. So I'd done 9 groups and I was on the last VIP meetup group, and there's like 10 people. I go and I meet all 9. Like there was only one more person left that I had to take my picture and sign an autograph for before they went to sit down. So like basically I take the picture, I sign the autograph, the person sits down on a couch, and after all 10 people are seated, I walk around to all the people on the couch and I talk to them, hang out with them, I sign stuff, I take selfies, I take videos for their friends, whatever they want, you know. And so I met 9 people, and the last person was about to come in to meet me, and then they were gonna sit down and I would meet that whole group and hang out with them, you know. And so this guy comes in, he was wearing my merch, didn't look out of the ordinary at all, like just a tall, like cute looking, like normal guy, and he walks up to me and he has a girl following him with like a big DSLR camera, and that's super normal too. People always film me meeting them with like high quality cameras, maybe they want like high quality pictures or something. And he walks up to me, he kind of like locks his arm around me, like around my neck like this, and it wasn't like it was like a chokehold or anything. It was very like firm and like tight, like I couldn't have really gotten out, if that makes sense. I'll explain that in a second. He had me very like firmly wrapped around him, but people do that all the time. People get very excited, they're very aggressive, people hug me, they pick me up, they hold me, whatever, they grasp me firmly. I don't really think anything of it because I love you guys. Like I want a big fucking hug, you know? And that's another thing I guess that just scares me, because it's like, I don't know, each person that I meet, it's like I have open arms ready to meet them. them. They could have bad intentions and it sucks. And I don't really have like metal detectors or anything. And thinking about that now, and I don't even mean to like bring up Christina Grimmie like that or like relate my situation to hers because it's so different. But like I idolize that girl. I love that girl. I grew up watching her, and like she didn't have a metal detector and something super unfortunate happened to her. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to turn this situation into a selfish like, oh, what if I got hurt, because that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is a way bigger picture than even my life. But I don't know. I can't help but think of this situation also in a scary way like that. I don't know. But he wraps his arm around me, and there's a guy that comes with me. One of my, like, I always have tour managers on tour with me where they take all the pictures. They take every single picture of me and each fan. They help me be on time to everything, like all that kind of stuff. They just manage me like throughout the tour along with my manager Jordan. And so my tour manager this weekend was his name is Larry, and Larry went to take a picture of us like he always does, and the guy was like, no, I don't want you to take a picture. Like, my friend here is just gonna film us. I don't even want a picture, whatever. And so Larry kind of like walks away, like he goes to talk to the other tour manager about like something else, because this was the last person of the last group. Like, his job for VIP was done. He didn't need to be standing there. Like, it's fine, you know, but my manager Jordan was still standing there. And so the guy looks at me and he wraps his arm around me and he looks in the camera and he goes, say, and it puts his thumbs up and then like blank, and he says the N-word, like hard R, N-word, like say N-word, like hard R, like smiling loud as fuck, like yells it, and then like looks at me and looks into the camera, like say N-word. Like, I'm not gonna say it, that's not how I am. Please imagine, like, say blank, like yelling, thumbs up, arm locked around me. And I literally, like, I don't even know how to describe this moment to you guys. I never understood how people would feel in moments like that where you were scared for so many reasons, for your life, for other people's lives. And I may sound really melodramatic, and I don't want to sound melodramatic, you guys. I don't, because I understand that worse things happen to people all the time. I understand that I am an overdramatic person. I understand I'm overdramatic in my stories. And I also, to play like devil's advocate, I get that just because worse things happen to people doesn't mean that my situation isn't valid, but I just don't want people to think I'm overdramatic. I'm genuinely just explaining the situation for like how I felt and what happened, and you guys can take it how you will and give me advice how you will. And if you want to tell me I'm being overdramatic, you can, because I'm sure I'll get a lot of that. I'm ready for that. I know that. So he says it, and like my entire body, just every thought I had like left my being. I literally felt like a ghost. I felt a million emotions like all at once. Like, I'm terrified for my life. I'm terrified for other people's lives. I'm terrified at what's going on. I'm shocked. In a way, it is a feeling of instant betrayal, because it's like this person comes up to me wearing my merch with a camera, excited, smiling. My arms are open to hug him and love him, and then that happens. You know what I mean? You think it's gonna be someone that loves you, and then you realize it's somebody with a different intention. And so then I kind of try to like break free. You know what I mean? Like get his arm away from me, and so like the first time I tried to, like, he didn't like let go, and that's where my brain instantly is like, okay, does he have a gun? Does he have a knife? Like, whatever. This was very quick. It wasn't like he held me in for much longer. And then I pull away harder and finally pull away. That's where my brain is like, do I run? Do I scream? Do I cry? Do I hide? Do I cuss him out? Do I ask him what's wrong? Like, I don't know what to do, you know? I'm just terrified. I'm flabbergasted. I'm freaking out. And he's just looking at me like with the creepiest, most terrifying smile. And like the camera girl is just looking at me like just dead in my face, like waiting for like my reaction. I don't know. So I walk away and I'm like, that's not cool. This isn't cool. Fuck this situation. Fuck this. I storm off. Another thing that really fucked me up is that like 9 other VIPs that just met me were like sitting there. They watched the whole thing happen. All 9 of these girls literally went from like, I'm so excited to meet Tana, to like, because not only are they like probably also afraid for their lives, probably also afraid for this situation, probably also confusing what's going on, they're seeing me like break down at the fullest extent of breaking down. And nothing like hurts me more than breaking down in front of you guys, because I always want to be like your big sister and like know what to do in situations, and being able to break fully down and be weak and be vulnerable and not know what to do in front of you guys and see your faces with that happening really like fucked me up. I can't lie to you guys. So I walk off, and then my tour manager comes up to me. Like, I walk out of the fucking venue, like I'm like outside, like in some back alley. He walks up to me and he's like, what the fuck just happened? You know, like what's going on? And I'm like he's racist. Like, I told him what happened. I don't fuck with that. I don't want that in my show. I don't want that anywhere around me. I don't want that around anybody that I fucking care about, especially my fans. Can you kick him out? Like, can you you ask him to leave? So my tour managers like freak out. They start yelling at him. They're like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you need to get the fuck out. And that's another thing. I mean, like having to kick anybody out that maybe he did like love me, maybe he was a fan, maybe he just didn't understand, maybe he thought I think it's funny. Which also fucks me up that like somebody could think that, you know, like the fact that people aren't educated enough to know how wrong that is. I don't know, but anyways, they're kicking him out. And so I walk back in thinking he's gone, and he's like standing in the middle of the venue like, I'm getting kicked out of Tana Mongeau's tour. Are you fucking kidding? I paid for VIP. Like, he's like enraged. The girl is like still filming him, and that's when it's like he's angry. You know, what is he gonna do? What is he capable of? Is he gonna hurt my manager, my tour manager? Is he gonna hurt somebody I love? Why is he filming this? Like, what is he trying? Is he trying to like expose me or hurt me or make it look like he's just getting kicked out of my tour? Like, just like, I don't know, like a million thoughts are going through my head at this point. I don't know. And so then he leaves, and the rest of the day it was very hard for me to get back into the like, hi guys, like it's Tana Mongeau character, because I'm very much the type of person that when something like bad happens to me or something really jars me, like that's it for me. Like it's hard. I always read the emotion I'm feeling. Like if you look at me and something's wrong, you're gonna know by my face, my actions, my voice, the way that I feel, you know. And this wasn't one of those things where I was mad, you know. It's not like a fan did something to make me like specifically mad, or like they whined and complained, or like there was a fight or something. It's like I was like a ghost. Like I went pale. I had no emotion. I didn't know what to think. There like a million thoughts were going through my brain, and the fact that I have to go back in there now and meet the rest of these people and put on a show for these hundreds and hundreds of kids that paid all of this money to see this show, and I don't want to let them down. I already felt like I was letting people down. It was a really hard experience. And I'm not trying to make this it was so hard for me. Like, I can imagine how hard it is for African Americans that have to deal with fucking racism like this on a daily fucking basis. Like, I don't want you guys to think that that's where I'm trying to go with this video. I'm just trying to explain it to you as if you were me in my shoes, so that you can give me the best advice. I know I keep saying that, but I know how real like white privilege is, you know. And before people leave comments about white privilege not being real, if you think that, like, I don't want supporters that think that. If you're uneducated, I would love to educate you, but if you are educated and you're like, white privilege doesn't exist, you know, fuck off. It does. It really, really does. A lot of people mistake white privilege for a lot of things. They think that it's like we're treated one way or something, or it's like some big thing. It's in reality, it's the basis when white people walk around, when they live their day-to-day life, when they go to Target, when they go to fucking Walmart, they don't ever have to for 1 second live in fear of their life or a situation because of their skin color. When white people are approached by police, their first instinct is not, let me put my hands up, because they're not afraid of police. But when African American people are in a situation with police, they don't know if those police are here to help them or to hurt them or something, you know. It's like white privilege is just like, it's such a thing. I don't know. I don't want you guys to think that in any way I'm trying to make this video like my spotlight. Feel bad for me, pity me, because like, fuck, I'm already white privileged enough, and I need to be aware of it, and I need to use my platform to do everything I can to advocate against that and to advocate for equality. And so anyways, I walk back into the meet and greet, and now there are those 9 VIPs sitting there that all just had to witness all of this happen. And I did my best, to be honest, to just put on a show again, you know, to walk back in there and be like, hi, how are you? Are you having a good time? How's your day? Like, where did you come from? Do you want to take a Snapchat? Let's take a video for your friend. And just kind of pretend like it didn't happen, because I didn't want to react to a situation that I hadn't assessed yet, if that made sense. I didn't want to go back in there and start talking to them about this and stuff with their parents or all this kind of situation and stuff when I hadn't thought about it yet, because I didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth or what. I don't know. And it was just so sad to me, because I could tell that these 9 girls were really like they were shook. They were jarred as well, you know. They didn't know what to think. And I'm standing before them, and they were just so excited to meet me, and the situation was like ruined for them in a way. Do you get what I'm saying? It just was like fucked up, which sucks so bad. And so I just tried to make the best of it, and they went on to the show. And when I went out to the show, I started off my show by basically saying, especially with Donald Trump as our president, and I want you to know how much I mean that, because having a president that doesn't advocate for equality, having a president that advocates for inequality, having a president, the role model for the entire United States, the one person that is the face of our country, be a racist and set the example and say it's okay to be racist. Like, I'm white, I'm white privileged, I want to build a wall on our country to keep out a race of people is terrifying. And the fact that that was on the day that he became president, and like what happened that day, like at least for me to see, but also what's happening all over the world, racist acts, hate crimes, this could only be the beginning, because of the person that is telling the entire world it's okay to be like this. I started off my show by saying, you know, and when I say this, I'm saying this to all of you as well. You guys are all young people for the majority. I know that I have some older viewers, but like 80% of my viewers are like under 20. All the people that come to my show, it's rare that there's ever anyone over 20 other than like the parents. You young people, including me, are the voice of the future. Us young people. People may belittle us and people may tell us because we're young we don't mean anything, and people may tell us because we're young our voices don't matter and the president's voice matter and the old people and the racist people and the people who are set in their ways, those voices matter, but that's not the truth. We are the next generation, and right now everything every single one of us does to stop inequality, every one of us that protests, every one of us that fights against white privilege, every one of us that fights against racism, that's what's going to shape our country for the next forever. It's very scary to see that we have a person that advocates for the opposite. So what we do with our voices is going to be crucial. With this happening to me, I have this platform. I am young. I have 2.4 million subscribers that I love with everything in me. And I just want to preach to you guys how important it is for all 2.4 million of you to use your voice. And I know that you may think to me, Tana, you have a platform. It's different that you're using your voice to advocate against racism. I'm one person, blah, blah, blah. But when I started this YouTube channel, I was just one person with 0 followers and 0 anything. And I built this up all on my own. And I hope that I am an example to you that you can use your voice to do so many things. And I'm sorry that I'm so emotional in this video. It's just like, you guys, I don't want any one of you. I don't want any one of my African American followers. I don't want any one of the people that subscribe to me to ever feel unequal. I don't want you guys to wake up every day and feel like there's white privilege. I don't want you to wake up every day and be afraid to leave your house because of the way people may treat you or hurt you, or police or people, because there's a person running our country that advocates for inequality. I want you all to know that regardless of your skin color or even your sexuality or your gender or whatever it may be, we're all equal, and we all need to use our voices to spread that. Even if you are white, even if you are a white straight male and you are the definition of America's poster child and what Donald Trump thinks is perfect, and you won't ever be afraid of a police officer in your life, that means that you need to use your voice 10 times fucking harder than everybody else. And I say that because women are discriminated against, LGBTQ community are discriminated against, people of color are discriminated against, but all of you also, including me, which is why I'm making this video, need to use your voice to end this, to end what's already beginning or getting worse in our country. And what happened to me this weekend, as terrible as it was, and I don't even mean what happened to me, I mean what I saw another human being do that is discriminative against so many millions of other human beings. As terrible as it was, and as fucked up as it had me and still has me, and obviously it makes meet and greets and things like that fucking scary, it doesn't matter. It lit a fire inside of me to, for every single second that I have this platform, I am going to use it to preach for nothing but equality and nothing but stopping the bad in the world. And I want all 2.4 million of you and the rest of the world to one day, and hopefully in my lifetime, hopefully the next generation, hopefully while I'm still alive, to all feel equal. To touch on the N-word itself, because it's kind of what this video is all about. Even if you think it's not racist to say, and when I was young, when I was like 13, 14, when I lived in, like I still live in Vegas, but growing up living in Vegas, people would say it and still say it all the time like it's just a regular word. I literally, kid you not, for years of my life thought that it literally meant just like homie, and I know that a lot of people be like, no you fucking didn't, but like that's how I thought it was, like because it was so commonly said, and it took so long for me. Like I literally was like 17 when I learned like the severity and the pain, how fucked up that word is, and every other racial slur, because I never learned it growing up. I was never taught it. My parents literally never expressed to me the severity of it. I definitely had to learn it the hard way. I'm almost happy that I learned it that way, because if I would have just grown up kind of knowing it was bad and never had it said all around me and even like said it, mouthed rap songs that said it and all that kind of stuff, if I wouldn't have learned the hard way how bad it was, I don't think I would be as adamant and as devoted as I am now to stopping everyone from saying it. And if you say it, even if you say it with an A at the end, even if you're just mouthing it over rap songs, you are even minusculely adding to the problem that is white privilege and racism in this country. And I know so many people are going to be like, well, if black people can say it so freely, why can't I say it so freely? I'm white. That's not the way it works. Black people, if anything, say it because at one point it was said to their ancestors as slaves, and they say it because it's like, I can say it now, I'm free now. And I hate when people say that like, oh, like slavery is dead, slavery is blah blah blah. There are still people that were once slaves that are still alive, that still walk in this country. They're human beings. You can Google it. They're 90 or something, but I mean 90 years ago that person was a slave to a white person. If that in itself doesn't fuel you and every single person watching this to end the N-word, if you are not African American, or just to end it in general or whatever it may be, I don't know what will. And that also scares me. I don't know how to end this video because there is no conclusive point, but I hope Donald Trump or any Republican or any person sees this. I mean that. I'm not afraid of any backlash I'll get from this fucking video. There's a man running our country that on a day-to-day basis advocates for inequality. And with him running our country, that sets the example for a million racists to come forward, for the KKK to rejoice like they did when he was elected, for hate crimes to double and triple, and for there to be more Trayvon Martins, and for there to be more people that lose their lives. The N-word turns into people losing their lives. It will keep happening if you and your friends and the people watching this and the people you share this video to don't do something about it. So I'm using my platform right now to tell you guys to use your platform. Whatever it may be, use it. I don't have a conclusion to this story. I'm just coming on here today, sharing what I know and what I've learned and what happened to me, asking for advice and hoping to do nothing but learn more, and hoping to do nothing but continue to educate myself, because 4 years ago, I didn't even think saying the N-word was a bad thing. And 2 years ago, I didn't even understand what white privilege meant. And a year ago, I didn't even understand what it felt like, and still never will to the fullest extent, for people to be afraid of police officers. And I'm happy that I can stand here today, 4 or 5 years later, more educated. And I hope 5 years from now, I'm 10 times more educated, and so are you, and that things are better. I am excited for what this video will do for everyone's response. And I hope whoever the person was that said that slur to me at my show watched this video, and that you learned something, and you understand that you scared me and you scared a lot of other people, and that what you did is wrong, and it's only inciting so many terrible things for the future and other people. And I forgive you, and I hope other people can too. But with that forgiveness, you grow and you learn that what you did was wrong, because we're all humans and we all make mistakes and we all have predeterminations of things, and like maybe you didn't know it was bad, or you didn't understand the severity of it or whatever, but it's what you do from this point on, you know. And I don't know why you did that to me, or why you would do it to anyone for that matter, or what your thought process was, and I will never know. It may really rack my brain, but I just hope people like that learn that it's wrong and continue to grow in the next few years, especially for what could be, what's to come with our president, you know. And it's not just that guy that did that to me at my show. Like, things like this happen every single day on a daily basis, whether it's from people on the streets, whether it's kids, whether it's adults, or it's your favorite creators like PewDiePie, who just had this giant scandal for saying it. And I'm not even like calling him out or hating on him. Like, people have found videos of me saying that when I was like 13, but it's that PewDiePie has 50 million subscribers, and he could do a lot with that. He could come on and definitely say, you know, that was wrong and racism is wrong, and use his platform for a lot more. And I was disappointed, I guess, to see that he didn't, but this isn't like a shading PewDiePie video, and I hope that in the future he does use his platform, and a million other YouTubers do too, to speak out on inequality, because it's like what we do from this point on will really shape the future. And people with platforms and lots of followers, and social media people and celebrities are people that have really big voices that could do a lot, but you guys' voices matter just as much. So yeah, you guys, this video is going to come to a close. Like I said earlier, I don't really know how to end it. It wasn't very conclusive. It was just kind of a story and my thoughts and my feelings and what I hope to see all of you do. So I am looking forward to reading all of your responses and maybe seeing video responses or anything like that. I would love it if you guys tried to start something. I don't know how to even say this without people immediately jumping to like, oh, you're just trying to trend or whatever. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. Like, I'm very satisfied with the amount of followers I have. However, I am trying to use my platform to make change. I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say. And if you are on the same page as me, I guess, in all of this, and you are scared for what is to come in the future, and you want to try to make a change, and you want to try to end what is already forming or getting worse, I would love it if you either shared this video, and if you don't want to share this video, or you think I'm trying to like get something out of it and that it's like all for views or like whatever the fuck, make your own video. You don't even have to acknowledge me. My presence in all of this is nothing. You know what I mean? Like I am just a shell to relay this message on my platform, if that makes sense. If anything, I hope that no light is shown on me. If anything, I want all of the light to be shown on racism and on ending it and on ending the N-word and on white privilege and all of those kind of things. I want the focus of this video and of this message to be on the message, the words, not me or my YouTube channel. So do whatever you can. If you don't want to share my video, just speak out on it. If anything, go to fucking school tomorrow. And if you know one of your friends says the N-word, tell them to fucking stop and explain to them what the fuck it does. Or if your parents say it, explain to them how you have black friends at school and how it's not a good example. Or if you're in the car with all your friends and they're all mouthing the N-word in some song, explain to them that even that minuscule act is just inciting a million more terrible ones, if that makes sense. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing the response of this video. I'm sorry that it was rambly, inconclusive, and emotional, but I'm looking forward to see what all of you guys do with hearing the story and what you have to say about it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm so sorry for my voice and the way I look and if this was like super rambly, and I really hope there isn't any like hate on this. I hope that we can all unite as a family and really make moves together, because I love you guys and that has been my dream from the day that I started this channel, to actually make a change in the world, and I feel like this is kind of like where I should really begin, you know? So yeah, I love you guys so very much. Even though this happened, I'm so very excited to get back on tour next weekend and continue meeting all of you guys, and I love you so much, and I will talk to you in the next video where I'm smoking weed and cussing and being super normal because it was filmed last week. Bye guys.